Hello everyone, this is Dr. Anjana Dureja and today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, rewarding top management. Who are rewarding top management? What should be the salary of top management? Which are the agencies which are responsible for the pay of directors and senior executives? All these things we are going to discuss in today's class. There are various theories or the agencies which are responsible for rewarding top management. Here, these theories are agent theories, market forces, perceived inherent value of chief executives, and the remuneration committees. These can be any of the agency which can be responsible or which can be a deciding force for strategizing or deciding compensation for senior executives. Let's discuss agency theory first. As the name suggests, agency theory. Agency theory is a theory wherein two parties are involved. First is the agent, and the other parties is the person who are going to pay to agents. The basic proposition of agency theory is that the only way by which the owner can get control over executives or the manager is by paying them more, because owner want to get their work done in a particular way, so that's how they hired their executives. And they perceive that if we can pay them more, they can work accordingly. If we can pay them more, they can work according to our desired result. So that's how owner is always believes that agents can work in accordance to owner if we are paying them. That is the basic proposition of agency theory. Here the agents are the senior executives or the owners. Is therefore a desirable result can be only provided if we are providing them more financial incentives, so that they are more motivated, so they can produce the result in the desired way. That is what is incentive alignment, the owners generally believe. Second theory is a market forces. As the name suggests, market forces, these are the market forces or the competitors. In this theory, we are generally analyzing how much competitors are paying to their executives. And similarly, in the similar line, we can strategize or design the compensation of executives. So, in this theory, we are generally analyzing the competitors' strategies and strategizing the compensation of top management in alignment with market forces. Next is perceived inherent value of chief executives. Chief executives are the person who are top management of organization, so they are generally the face of organization. But this face can be perceived in a different way by different stakeholders. So on the basis of perception of stakeholders, we can decide their remuneration or compensation. Say, if stakeholder feels that our executive is worth spending, our executive has strong value system, their vision is good, and probably we can say that their image or their perception is positive. So stakeholders perception can be a parameter for deciding the compensation of senior executives. If stakeholder take them positive, if stakeholder perceive them positive, if stakeholder perceive them visionary, their compensation will be more. Next is remuneration committee. As the name suggests, remuneration committee, there is the external or probably the internal committee which are responsible for deciding the compensation based on different levels. So that means the salary or the compensation of other person are decided. Similarly, the salary or the compensation of executives can be also decided. Here, if we are talking about the salary, we are talking about the basic pay. Basic pay or the level of compensation can be decided by remuneration committee, and variable pay or other bonus or other stock option schemes can be decided based on their performance. So basically we can say that the salary establishment can be done by remuneration committee, and the benefits, say for example the share option, stock option, incentive, can be decided based on the work they are performing for organization. Directors and senior executive remuneration categorized by basic pay, which is the salary you are getting, on the basis of which you are getting the salary. This is something which is fixed. Other than salary, there are deferred payment as well. There are variable payment as well. These variable payments can be in the form of bonus schemes, share option scheme, performance share option scheme, executive restricted share schemes. Let's discuss one by one. Basic pay is basically the market worth value which government has been decided can be given to senior executives. And the variable pay also can be decided or given based on their contribution towards organization success. Next is bonus scheme. We can give them bonus based on company's performance, based on company's profitability and generation of profit after tax. It can be in the form of percentages. Now, if we are talking about the bonus scheme, it is generally the 70% of basic pay you are getting, which otherwise also you are getting. Other the 30% can be provided as a part of bonus scheme as their contribution is more towards the organization. So 70% you are getting as a part of basic pay, which you are getting otherwise as well. And the 30%, which is variable pay, can be based on your contribution toward organization as a profitability, and as the outcome, positive outcomes, 30% can be restricted based on your contribution towards organization profitability. Share option scheme can be given, wherein organization can provide shares to their owners. These shares can be provided, that means you can block the amount of or number of shares which in future you can get or earn. There's generally a locking period, and locking period can be extended up to 5 years. So you can get the shares, or you can have the option to purchase or block the shares, which you can only get after the locking period, and you can sell it on your own terms and condition and prices. Long-term bonus can be provided, wherein the bonus amount can be extended up to 1 year. And sometime you can have you if you don't want to get bonus, you can have stock option or share option plan as well. Performance share scheme, it is all based on your contribution towards organization performance and organization success. More you have contributed towards organization performance and success, more you will be getting compensation. It sometime links with your loyalty, your value system as well. Executive restricted share scheme. In this scheme, there are certain amount or certain unit of share which are restricted only for executives. They can purchase it, they can block it, and they can sell it further. But if you want to sell your restricted shares, you can only sell it after a completion of locking period. So in short, we can say that during share or stock releases, you are releasing your shares, but there are certain amount or certain unit of shares that are restricted only for the executive so that they can purchase them. So their share is also maintained in the organization. Their restricted share is maintained in organization. Thank you.